I was out of town last week, so I didn't get to answer all your questions. So this week I'm doubling up and answering 2 weeks worth of questions. First up, because she paid to be first up, is Peggy. And she's using FrontPage 2000, is having a problem opening up and editing her index.html file. And that's the only file she's having problems with. Peggy, I don't think that any of the problems are due to things you removed from your computer. Put your CD, your Office 2000 CD, back into your computer, then click Help and Detect and Repair. And if there is anything that got goofy within the front page, that should help it out. The only other thing that could be causing a problem is if you haven't cleaned out temporary files lately, there may be something going on in there. So also run either the CCleaner or the cleanup program that I have linked at helpmerick.com. Thanks for your question. Next up is Rosemary, who says, why does she get a pop-up saying an error occurred, try again later when she watches a video? You didn't give me enough information, Rosemary. I need to know what types of videos you're trying to watch, what browser are you using, what's the speed of your internet connection. I need a lot more details in order to be able to answer that question accurately. Chaz has an interesting question where all of his icons are showing up twice, and when he deletes one of the duplicates, the other one deletes as well. I would have to see that particular screen to see what you're seeing, as well as try to figure out some other things going on behind the scenes. Check your computer for spyware. You can try to run that desktop fix. If you just search for wallpaper on my website, you can also try that registry little tweak. But I would have to see this particular problem in order to figure out exactly what's going on, because I have not run into that before. Thomas, you have to buy it. There's no other way that I know of doing it besides ponying up the cash and installing it for yourself. Margie, I think you've already found a lot of good products for doing your conversion already. You can also use the Nero burning software will do it as well. And depending on how much data you're trying to convert, you may actually save some time and money by getting a service to do it, like here in Grand Junction, Snap Photo, or going to one of your bigger box type stores that will do that conversion for you. Good luck. Greg wants to control the content that his kids see on the internet and wants to get a program that will help block certain sites. And your best bet is probably to start with either NetNanny or cybersitter.com. These are the two products that have been out the longest and have the most history with doing exactly what you want to do. Wally, I would get rid of the System Mechanic right away. Sometimes those duplicate files that it finds, unless you verify each one for yourself, you may be getting rid of something that you actually need. I would not trust those types of utilities. I would also delete and get rid of your Norton Security Online. The Norton Security will also slow your computer down and possibly cause some of the freezing that you're having. And instead, put on AVG or Avast antivirus. Beyond that, make sure you also are running disk cleanup utilities like either the CCleaner or the cleanup utility I've linked up at helpmerick.com. Kathy, this is a message that only comes up in Internet Explorer. If I were you, I'd stop using Internet Explorer and install Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome and use only those programs to do your web browsing. This is an Internet Explorer error. You can try updating your Internet Explorer if you want to keep using it. Update it to the newest version. Version 8 is out, and since you're having problems, maybe updating to the newer version can help you. Chuck, I haven't heard from Joe either in a little while, but we're going to have another group hopefully coming up sometime in the next week or two. Keep an eye on his website and my site as well for date and time and location information. Lenny, I wouldn't use the Kodak digital software. You can download that for free from Kodak. But Lenny, instead what I would do is recommend downloading and installing Picasa. Go to Picasa.com. It's a wonderful program for managing, downloading, emailing, and even uploading your pictures to various social websites. Kim, Super Anti-Spyware is a legitimate and a very good anti-spyware program. Maybe you had someone work on your computer that installed it on there, or maybe he or someone else in the household did. But that itself is a legitimate program if it truly is the Super Anti-Spyware I'm thinking of. If you don't think you use it or don't need it, look for it under Add and Remove Programs and you can remove it from there. Paul, you didn't mention what browser you're using, but if you're using Internet Explorer 7, it's very difficult to find those particular passwords and get them printed out. There is a website thread that I found. If you go to this particular website, there's some tools. I don't have any idea how they work or whether they're safe or not, but supposedly they can help you back up and view those saved passwords. If you're using Mozilla Firefox, you can click Tools, and then Options from your Firefox menus, and then under the Security area, there's a place here where you can click Saved Passwords, and you'll be able to see the sites that you've saved passwords for, and then it'll display your password. Mike, yes, I do still recommend AVG. You can download it from my website at helpmerick.com. That way you'll get directly to the proper free link. And yes, you do have to delete McAfee by going to the Add and Remove Programs. Anything that says McAfee, remove it, and then you can put your AVG on. Clara, in order to wrap text around your photos in a website, you need to use the align left or align right option in your code, or depending on what program you're using to develop your website and edit your website, you should have an option similar to what I showed on my tip on how to do it in a word processor that shows moving the picture left or right, and then it automatically wraps the text. Anna, the AVG antivirus is still free. I've had the information on how to update to the free version on my website since April. Just go to my website, search for AVG upgrade. You will get all of the instructions, including a video on how to do it. Daylin, your particular situation illustrates perfectly for me why I don't like using Windows at all on a netbook. Most of the time you're using a netbook primarily for internet, email, word processing, social networking, things like that. And Windows just requires way too much oversight to be able to do that on a netbook. In your case, if you want to get it up and running, try running your AVG in safe mode. The other thing you can do is go to my website, helpmerick.com, and search for the single word combo fix, and there'll be another tool you can download and try to get your daughter's netbook up and running using it. Last, we have a question from Marguerite, who is trying to recover some old MSN files that she saved locally to her computer. And I've never done that before, but there is a link here that claims to have the methodology and how to do that. Thankfully and mercifully, MSN has removed that option so that all of your email is saved on their servers and you can access it from any computer. But if you need to access your old MSN locally saved mail, try this link and try the steps at this link, and hopefully you'll be back up and running. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you again very soon.